I'm Alison Gareffa here at ALTA's Federal Conference in Washington, D.C. with fellow ALTA RESPA Task Force members Mary Schuster of RAMQuest and Wes Lasseigne of Lenders Title. HUD will be coming to our conference this week talking to us about implementation issues, some of the things that they're dealing with, and we're all anxious to hear from them. In addition, the ALTA RESPA Implementation Task Force will be visiting HUD this week, and we'll be learning from them some of the issues that were addressed last week at their summit with key lenders and a few representatives from the title insurance industry. We have a lot to share with you at our upcoming OLTA RESPA seminars in Ohio in a few weeks, and here's just a little taste of what some of you are submitting as far as the questions that you're seeing in the field. So I'm going to ask Mary and Wes's assistance in answering some of your questions. The first is for Mary, and it is, a lender is providing a summary of fees shown on the GFE, but not the actual GFE. Other lenders have advised that the lender is required to provide the title company with a copy of the GFE. Is a lender required to send you the actual GFE? And if yes, can the title company be held accountable in an audit if the GFE is not provided and is not in the file? Mary, what are your thoughts?
Well, I don't think they are required to send us a copy of the GFE, certainly not under the rule itself. What the rule states is that the lender is required to send the information necessary to complete the HUD-1, so that would include some information that was listed on the good faith estimate form. But in fact, most lenders are not releasing the actual GFE, and that's okay. So long as we get the data that we need to complete page 3 of the HUD-1, we'll be fine. Now, we've had a lot of questions also about does the lender need to give us this versioning? How do we know when we're presenting at the table that the numbers that we are showing on the HUD-1, were they on the most current good faith estimate? And obviously we don't have, as settlement agents and title providers, we don't have any way to prove that, just as we didn't in the 2009 and prior years, whether that information coming from the lender was the most recent information or not. So my answer to that question is no, I don't think there is an obligation there on behalf of the settlement agent.
Thank you. And I think that a lot of people have that issue and are concerned about that. So maybe this will just give you a taste of some of the deeper dive that we're going to be doing at our RESPA seminar in a few weeks. Wes, I have another question from someone in Ohio, and it's, we know that a tolerance percentage of 10% or higher is an issue and requires redisclosure. What if the percentage is a negative number?
Well, I don't think anything with regard to redisclosure, and I assume they're talking about the GFE, is tied to a percentage. Redisclosure would only occur in a circumstance where there is a changed circumstance, and the lender is the one who's going to have to declare that. Whether they are over 10% or under 10%, that is not the measuring stick for determining whether a revised GFE can be issued or not.
Another follow-up question by the same person asks, is there a limit to which redisclosure is required, and is a negative tolerance percentage unlimited?
Certainly negative is good and favorable in the eyes of HUD. I mean, in that instance, the borrower is actually saving money from what the lender originally quoted to them. As far as the first part of that question, there is no limit, and again, it's not keyed to the amount by which the GFE and the HUD-1 differ.
Thank you, and I hope that all of you are anxiously awaiting our seminar. We hope that you'll register. Go to olta.org for more information, and we look forward to seeing you all back in Ohio.